Again, welcome. We are glad that you are here at Emmanuel, and we welcome you also to Sweet Baby Jesus. The script to this event was written back in 1990 by one of our former pastors, and it was done several times, and so we are so proud and thrilled to present it again this afternoon to you all. There are approximately over 30 characters and 50 or more folks behind the scene that are working together. Lots of teamwork. Individuals have been practicing their little scenes. We brought it together twice this week, and we are very thankful for our amateur actors and actresses who are making this story of Sweet Baby Jesus, which you'll see from his birth to Holy Week, that I hope you will have time to reflect, meditate, see some joyful moments, remember some of the biblical stories, and some of you might learn something new also. A little bit of etiquette this afternoon. If you are a visitor, the restrooms are right. Angie, would you hold up your hand? Right where Angie is, to the right there. Also, please stay seated during the actual scenes. If you do have to get up, go in between scenes, and we respectfully request no photography during the show or the performance. We have folks that have videoed it and are also taking individual shots. Refrain from applause except when the children are out there. Let them have it, okay? You can applaud loudly. And again, thank you for being here. And anybody that's available on Tuesday, we will have another volunteer work time to put everything away. But enjoy Sweet Baby Jesus, and may he touch your heart.
star in the east, and came to worship this newborn king. And lo, the star which they had seen in the east went before them, till it came to rest over the place where the child was. They fell down and worshipped him, offering their gifts of gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Rejoicing, they returned to their country. Mary pondered all these things. Every year, his parents went up to Jerusalem for the Passover festival. This year, because he was 12, they brought Jesus with them. When the festival was over, Mary and Joseph started back home. Thinking Jesus was with the group, they traveled a whole day before realizing he was missing. They went back looking for Jesus. On the third day, they found him in the temple, talking with the teachers. Everyone was amazed at his comments. As you might guess, his parents were disturbed. "Why have you done this to us?" they asked.
"Didn't you know I had to be in my Father's house?"
Mary pondered all these things. Jesus was here in the wilderness. He was here 40 days, tempted by the devil. He was hungry. The devil came to him.
If you are God's son, turn these stones into bread.
Man cannot live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds from the mouth of God.
The devil took Jesus to the highest point of the temple and tempted him again.
If you are God's son, throw yourself down. He will not let you get hurt. God will send his angels to hold you up with their hands.
You shall not tempt the Lord your God.
The devil took Jesus to a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world.
All of this I will give to you. All of this, if you worship me.
Go away, Satan. You shall worship the Lord your God and serve only him.
After these things, the devil left, and the angels came to help Jesus. Mary pondered all these things.
Like this?
No, the other way. Don't you know how to fold a net?
This is not my job. It's John's job. Where do you think they are?
Don't talk to me about John and James. I'm so put out I could spit a fish.
But they said they had to.
Don't tell me how to. All I know is they left us here with all the work.
Think they're coming back at all?
Oh, they'll be back. They're fishermen at heart. Besides, what else can they do?
Jesus was here by the lake. He was walking along the shore. Two brothers, Simon and Andrew, were walking with their nets.
Come with me, and I will make you fishers of men.
The two brothers left their nets and followed him. Jesus saw two other brothers, James and John. He called to them. They too left their boat and their father and went with him. Mary pondered on the mountain. He took his disciples with him and taught them.
Blessed are those who mourn, they shall be comforted. Blessed are the meek, they shall inherit the earth. Blessed are the merciful, they shall obtain mercy. Why do you look at the speck in your brother's eye, but pay no attention to the log in your own eye? You are the salt of the earth. You are the light of the world.
Did he really say? What was that about salt?
He spoke with such authority.
And such compassion. And such love.
Mary pondered all these things. Jesus was here in the open plains. He was teaching out in the country. The crowd was large. It was time to eat. But the only food there belonged to a child. 5 loaves and 2 fish. Jesus directed the crowd to sit. He took the loaves. He gave thanks, broke them, and directed the disciples to give them to the people. He did the same with the fish. Everyone ate, and the disciples gathered up 12 baskets full of what was left.
See, I told you so. But these are just scraps. That's just it. What's just it? 12 baskets of scraps. What's so great about 12 baskets of scraps? Let me tell you one more time. 5 loaves and 2 fishes. 5 loaves.
Mary pondered all these things. Jesus was here by Jacob's well. Jesus was tired and thirsty. A Samaritan woman came to draw some water, and Jesus asked her for a drink. The woman was astonished that Jesus would ask her for water. She was a Samaritan, and she'd been married 6 times. She showed surprise.
If you knew who I am, you would ask me for a drink, and I would give you water.
You say he asked you for a drink?
At first, he did.
She said, Ben asked her for a drink.
Did he? Did he ask the great Samaritan queen for a drink?
Well, no. But he offered it.
Wait, he offered you a drink? He didn't know she was a Samaritan.
Yes, he did. He seemed to know so much about me.
He didn't know everything.
He knew.
About your...
Yes, all of them.
You're sure he knew?
Yes.
And he wasn't one of us.
He knew everything. And he offered me a drink. He offered me living water. How world treats you mean, Lord, treats me mean too. But that's how things are down here. We don't know who's you.
Mary pondered all these things.
Zacchaeus, I saw you. Zacchaeus, this is the fourth time I've seen you up in that tree. Why do you keep climbing that tree? Zacchaeus, what are you doing?
I'm remembering. Just remembering.
Jesus was here on the road to Jerusalem. As he was going through Jericho, there was a chief tax collector there named Zacchaeus, who was rich. He was trying to see who Jesus was. But he was a little man and could not see Jesus because of the crowd. So he ran ahead of the crowd and climbed a tree to see Jesus as he passed that way. When Jesus came to that place, he saw Zacchaeus in the tree.
Come down, Zacchaeus. I will stay in your house today.
Zacchaeus hurried down from the tree and welcomed him with great joy. Mary pondered all these things. Jesus was here along the road. He was entering a village. 10 lepers were standing there calling.
Have mercy on us. Lord Jesus, have mercy
Jesus saw
on us.
them.
Have mercy on
Go.
us.
Show yourself to the priest.
Jesus, have mercy
As they
on us.
turned to
Mercy.
go,
Mercy.
they
Lord
were made
Jesus,
clean.
Mercy on us. Mercy on us. Oh my God. Look. We're healed. Oh, healed. I still have the Lord.
We're healed.
We're healed.
We're healed! Oh my gosh!
Now quickly one of them, when he saw he had been healed, turned and gave thanks.
El Shaddai, El Shaddai, Ekankara Adonai. I will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai. Though your word contained the plan, they just could not understand. I will praise you till I die, El Shaddai, El Shaddai, El Shaddai. I will praise and lift you high, El Shaddai.
Were not 10 cleansed? Where are the 9? Did no one return to give praise to God except this one? Get up and go your way. Your faith has made you well.
Mary pondered all these things. Jesus did and said many other things. Now we come to the last days of Jesus' life. Jesus was here on the road entering Jerusalem. He sent 2 disciples ahead to get a colt. They brought the colt to him, and Jesus sat on it. As they entered Jerusalem, many spread their garments on the road, and others spread branches. And those who followed cried out, "Hosanna!" Mary pondered all these things. Jesus was here in the upper room. It was Passover. Jesus and his disciples were gathered together. Jesus sat at the table with them. As they were eating, Jesus took bread, blessed it, broke it, and gave it to his disciples.
Take, eat. This is my body.
And he took a cup. When he had given thanks, he gave it to them.
Drink of it, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, which is poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins. I tell you, I shall not drink again of this fruit of the vine until that day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom.
Wine and bread that symbolize blood and body sacrificed, and you're the only one that can see, and all by your my Savior, I ask thee, my transgressions forgive me. You're the only one that can clean all my impurities. We're forgiven.
Mary pondered all these things. After supper, Jesus rose from the table, took off his outer garment, and tied a towel around his waist. He poured some water into a basin and began to wash the disciples' feet and dry them with a towel. After Jesus had washed their feet, he returned to his place at the table.
You call me teacher and Lord, and it is right that you do, because that is who I am. I, your Lord and teacher, have just washed your feet. You then should wash one another's feet. I have set an example for you so that you will do for others what I have done for you. No slave is greater than his master, and no messenger is greater than the one who sent him.
At the Last Supper with his disciples, Jesus rose from the table, took the towel and a basin of water, and stooped to wash their feet. Put on the apron of humility, serve your brother, wash his feet, that you may walk in the way of the Lord, refreshed, refreshed. No man is greater than his master, no messenger than he who sent him. If you then know these things, then happy are you if you do them. Put on the apron of humility, serve your brother, wash his feet, that you may walk in the way of the Lord, refreshed, refreshed.
who you were. Didn't know you'd come to save us, Lord, to take away our sin. Our eyes was blind, we couldn't see. We didn't know who you were.
Jesus was here in the garden. He and his disciples came to a place called Gethsemane. He took Peter, James, and John ahead with him. He told them to keep watch while he went further to pray. After praying, he returned and found the 3 disciples asleep. He woke them.
Can you not stay awake even 1 hour? Keep watch and pray that you do not fall into temptation. Get up, let us go.
Mary pondered all these things. Jesus was here at the house of the high priest. Those who arrested Jesus took him there. Peter was outside in the courtyard, along with 2 servant girls.
You were with Jesus of Galilee.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you were. You were with Jesus.
I swear, I don't know that man.
Of course you're one of them. The way you speak gives you away.
I swear I am telling the truth. I do not know that man.
Peter remembered what Jesus had told him. Before the rooster crows, you will deny me 3 times. Peter went out and wept bitterly. Mary pondered all these things. before Pilate. They put Jesus in chains and handed him over to Pilate. Every Passover, it was the custom of the governor to release for the crowd any one prisoner whom they wanted. Now they had a notorious prisoner called Barabbas. So Pilate asked the crowd,
"Which one of these two men shall I release for you?"
Pilate knew that Jesus was innocent of the charges. His wife even sent word, "I had a dream. Have nothing to do with this innocent man."
"I find no guilt in this man. I will whip him and set him free." "What then shall I do with this man called the Messiah?" "What crime has he committed?"
When Pilate saw that it was no use to go on, but that a riot might break out, he took some water and washed his hands in front of the crowd.
"I am not responsible for the death of this man. This is your doing."
Then Pilate set Barabbas free. He had Jesus whipped and handed him over to be crucified. Mary pondered all these things. The soldiers led Jesus away. They brought him to the place called Golgotha, place of the skull. They crucified him and divided his garments among themselves, casting lots to decide what each should take. With him, they crucified two robbers, one on his right and one on his left. Now there was darkness over all the land.
Father, forgive them, for they know not what they are doing.
There was a man named Joseph from Arimathea. He went to Pilate and asked for the body of Jesus. Then he took the body down, wrapped it in a linen sheet, and placed it in a tomb which had never been used. It was Friday, and the Sabbath was about to begin.
Sweet little Jesus boy, they didn't know who you were. You done told us how we are trying, Master. You done showed us how, even when you're dying. Just seems like we can't do right. Look how we treated you. But please, sir, forgive us for all we didn't know was you. Sweet little Jesus boy, born a long time ago. Sweet little holy child, we didn't know who you were.
Presentation, we'd like to thank you all for coming today. Thank you, special thanks to the casting crew that put in the time here. And I'd like to especially thank these folks who's hiding back here behind the scenes. Lacey has a special way of bringing us all together when we really need folks to come together as a church, and here she is again.
This does not happen with one woman. Let me tell you, the time that the people have invested in this, and the people that you would never suspect. You know how long it took just to cover the windows to make it dark? I mean, and all the stage crew and the stage turners, we've had so much wonderful cooperation. So I accept this and honor all of this.
Some pictures over here. Please join us in some fellowship if you have some more time. Thank you again for coming.